sign off from our broadcast here on Texas 21. Coming up, though, on fcdallas.com/live and on Facebook Live, we have our postgame show. Tonight's broadcast has been a presentation of Major League Soccer. We'll see you next week. Hello.
Wow. I said, wow. Go on. Better swallow.
This is FC Dallas Extra Time, driven by Toyota. And tonight at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, FC Dallas and Real Salt Lake share the points. It is a goalless draw. Each side picks up a point. FC Dallas now on 33 points and RSL on 31. With Steve Davis, I'm Mark Followell. It's a pleasure to have you tuned in for tonight's postgame show on fcdallas.com/live and on Facebook Live. FC Dallas Extra Time presented by Toyota. So as we spend some extra time talking about tonight's game, we have a couple of highlight packages we'll show you in a moment. But before we get to those, what's your big picture thought on tonight?
A draw at home takes a little bit of the zip out of last week's big win on the road, but it's not a loss, and very key here is that you prevent RSL from getting 2 more points. So you split the points, but RSL right underneath you in the standings, so that's big, not letting them get the extra 2 points. So a draw is not worthless here.
On the Texas 21 broadcast, we spent a lot of time at the end talking about Luchi Gonzalez. So we'll save that for a moment, and let's get into another aspect of tonight's game, and that's Michael Barrios. He generated attacks, and he also was involved in what ends up, as we reflect on it, one of the critical incidents of tonight's game, where there was a video review where he and Donnie Toya came together in the box, and the penalty was not given after video review. It wasn't given at live speed, and then after a second look during video review, the penalty was not given as well. But Barrios, overall tonight, as he does many nights for this team, generated a lot of the threats that they were able to create tonight.
Yeah, I thought the attack was mostly right-sided for FC Dallas tonight. Now, when Paxton Pomykal came into the game, and I thought he changed that a little bit and sprayed a few more balls around to the left side, but definitely it was Barrios creating more than Santiago Mosquera was on the other side. We saw a few times there where he's given a lot of problems over there to the fullback and to the center backs. This is one where Jesus Ferreira and Dominic Baji end up making the same run, but here again, Michael Barrios uses the speed, gets around the corner. He did all the hard stuff there, and then it just didn't get the pass right back to Santiago Mosquera in that instance. Here's another one where he doesn't quite get the final pass right. And I've said this before, Michael Barrios just looks a little weary right now to me, like he's maybe wore down a little bit, and I think that's what you see there. He's getting into good spots, but maybe doesn't quite have the leg then to make that final delivery.
This is the VAR play. Here it is.
Well, there's contact there from Donnie Toya, but it's one mark where I really hate to sit on the fence on this one, but it's 50-50 for me. I think if you call it, you can make a good case for it. You don't call it, maybe Barrios went down a little bit easy there, but there was some contact, so straight up 50-50 for me.
Yeah, well, I keep seeing that angle on the camera from the sideline, and to me, that's the one that shows the two hands on the body. Yeah, Barrios is going down. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's why Rami Touchon made the decision that he made. But that's the strong argument to me for the penalty, to see those two hands placed on his side, involved in pushing him down after Barrios had pushed the ball past Donny Toya.
Yeah, and so you see more contact there. And again, if it calls it, I can't argue too much.
Yeah.
But what I see is he's falling, and he almost puts his hands out as if to catch himself. So, it could go either way. But I thought that was as much a penalty, honestly, as Santiago Mosquera, who got hooked in the first half, and Rami Touchon didn't even look at that one. What I found interesting about Rami Touchon's choice here was that they got in his ear and said, you may want to go and take a look at this one.
He stopped play while the ball was on the field.
Right. So I really thought that was going to be one where he would point to the spot, but I was wrong.
He did not point to the spot, obviously, and so it's a goalless draw. And not only is that one of the talking points, but so, again, is the performance of goalkeeper Jesse Gonzalez. 5 saves, his 6th clean sheet of the year, and 2 of his 5 saves were just absolutely enormous. Here's the first of those 2.
On a night that FC Dallas isn't creating a lot of clear chances, a couple more in the second half, but they don't do a whole lot tonight to bother Nick Raimondo. I think that would have done it for Real Salt Lake. I think that would have been the one goal that they needed. And so that one right before the half, coming at a time when we know teams hate giving up goals right before the break. Such a big save all the way around. Here's another one where he doesn't get the punch right, but then he scrambles, gets his position right, gets his feet set, makes the big save. So 2 big saves to help preserve the shutout.
Marcelo Silva denied in the first half, and here Corey Baird is denied by Jesse Gonzalez. Wonderful recovery to make himself big and deny last year's MLS Rookie of the Year from scoring what would have been his 4th goal this season. So those were some of the talking points of tonight's game. Obviously the standings, the defensive record of these 2 teams, also something worthy of getting into. And we'll do all of that before the conclusion of tonight's post-game show, which is FC Dallas Extra Time, presented to you by Toyota. We'll be back in a moment from Toyota Stadium after this goalless draw between FC Dallas and Real Salt Lake. Glad to have you tuned in on fcdallas.com/live and Facebook Live.
Hey, how was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk. I tried quinoa.
I took the dog to the groomer!
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet!
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $2,000 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
The heat will wear you out real quick. And we've been through some hot ones. It's very physical. You gotta take care of your body and stay hydrated because every moment matters. That's why I drink Advocare Rehydrate. I've got a job to do.
Sarah's last tuition payment sent off. Feeling good?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm ready to focus on my project.
This is why we plan. Oof. You never cease to amaze me, Mike.
See how investing with a JP Morgan advisor can help you. Visit your local Chase branch.
Whoa.
We got a situation here.
I've never seen anything like that. Will you get my phone, please?
You're not taking a picture of this.
No, I want a video chat with a doctor.
Need a doctor after hours? United Healthcare can help. See a doctor right on your phone, right from your home.
Is that normal?
That's normal for a new baby.
And what about him?
Hey, Doc.
That's normal for a new parent.
United Healthcare.
Welcome back to FC Dallas Extra Time, driven by Toyota. Goalless FC Dallas and Real Salt Lake tonight at Toyota Stadium. FC Dallas now 33 points this season. After tonight's result, they have 9 wins and 6 draws this year. Here's tonight's AdvoCare game summary. Shots favored Real Salt Lake, Steve, 17-10. Duels won favored Real Salt Lake. Saucedo created a lot of chances. Jesse Gonzalez in the end with 5 saves.
A lot of credit to RSL. They had a tough game midweek in Leagues Cup. Some of the same guys play tonight, so they come in and outshoot Dallas. Dallas good at home. Outshoot a team 17-10. A lot of credit to Kyle Beckerman and crew for that one.
Tonight's stats are brought to you by Chase Bank, the official bank of FC Dallas. You saw the shot number a moment ago. This is just to reiterate that. Shots on goal, 5. Nick Romando only had to make 2 saves tonight, and possession ends up 50-50. I don't necessarily know that it felt like that, but that's what it ends up, 50-50.
Well, you look at those shots, and I think the best chance, clearest chance for FC Dallas, those 10 shots. Santiago Mosquera getting put through and just walking in on Nick Romando, opening up his hips, right-footed, tried to curl it around him. Just didn't get the shot right in the second half. That was Dallas' best chance.
And that was his last action of the match tonight, as a matter of fact. He was subbed off at that point for Edwin Jesse. Right now, Luchi Gonzalez is talking with the media here at Toyota Stadium. Let's hear a few words from Luchi.
Points positive. We're adding for the goal, for the points, because I believe adding points home or away is positive. But obviously, you know, we're here home. We want to always dominate and earn 3 points. We always want to push to win. We want to push to win. I thought we had a lot of moments that we pushed, but a little inconsistent. I thought there could have been 2 PKs called. They weren't, and we can't control that. We have to keep playing and earn it in the run of play, and it didn't bounce our way. In terms of the ball possessions, Salt Lake did a good job of recovering and then transitioning for counters, and that stretched us. So then we had to drop our block. Those are long runs that we have to do in recovery. So we have to keep working on our prevention of in high attacks or quick attacks, getting our line up and not allowing them to attack us back. So we have to simulate that and improve that. And then around the box, you know, we had more crosses than them, but they had more shots on target. So that tells me we need to work on efficiency, creating the shot, creating a shot for a teammate, for yourself. We need shots. We need shots on target. If we don't shoot, we can't score. And then following that shot and following the rebound. And so I think we could have had a little more conviction and to push that. That's not the forward's job. That's everybody's job. That's everybody's job to create shots and to follow them up. So that's something we have to do better if we're gonna make sure we can guarantee ourselves 3 points. But I have to be proud of the overall idea of the effort, and that's a shutout that was earned by our back line, by Jesse making some important saves. It's also, I think, a product of us pushing the game and keeping them away from our goal as much as possible. But here we are, and we'll add a point, and let's add more in Orlando. That's the thought right now.
The thoughts of Luchi Gonzalez tonight. I really enjoy hearing Luchi talk the game, and I thought that one of his points tonight was something that you were talking about. He said, you know, we had more crosses, but we had fewer shots. We've got to find a way to create the shot, and he mentioned the idea of lacking in conviction, which is also something that you not the same exact verbiage, but I think you kind of alluded to a point along those lines tonight.
Yeah, I think I said desire inside the 18, but I like Luchi's word there, conviction. You really have to be committed in those moments. You've got to be hungry for the ball. You have to want to get in front of your guy. You got to want to stretch out a little bit like we saw Don Baji do last week.
Yeah.
Where it's this close, where Graham Zusi gets his foot on the ball, or Baji just beats him to that spot. Baji beat him to the spot. They needed a little bit more of that commitment, conviction inside the 18 to want to score.
We'll see if they can take care of that next week against Orlando City, and we'll talk about that game and a few scores from around the league coming up before we say goodbye on FC Dallas Extra Time, presented to you by Toyota. Coming to you from Toyota Stadium, where FC Dallas and Real Salt Lake had a goalless draw tonight.
Hey, how was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk. I tried quinoa.
I took the dog to the groomer.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $2,000 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
Injuries can be overcome. Returns can be triumphant. top of your game is well within reach. From comprehensive care to advanced research, everything you need to rehab, recover, and refuel your performance is in the playbook at Texas Health Sports Medicine.
Hey, I'm Jarrell, and I love the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich. The best part is the barbecue, or maybe it's the bacon, or maybe it's the chicken with the bun, or maybe it's the barbecue, the bacon, the chicken in the bun. 3 B's. You can't get enough of it.
Hey, I'm Lauren, and I love the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich because of their amazing sauce. The sauce made the sandwich, 100%. It's definitely not too sweet. It has a little bit of a tang to it. It just hits the spot. If you put that Smokehouse Barbecue sauce on anything, I'd eat it.
Got it. He's got 2 options. He sets it up for Pereira, who sets it up for Baji. Baji looking for a second, and he has it. That was so well done by FC Dallas. Here are the scores tonight from around Major League Soccer. New England has made it 11 straight games without a loss since Bruce Arena took over. Late winner, wow, by Columbus. What is that? I think that's just 2 wins for them now in their last 16 or 17 games. They beat Red Bulls. But what's important, Steve, is what's gone down to the West. Houston lost. Minnesota only earns a point tonight. Those teams very, very close to FC Dallas in the standings.
Hey, Houston rarely loses at home, and you wonder if Minnesota maybe peaked a little too early. That they're very good in June and July. Maybe they're on a little bit of a downturn now. Maybe.
A few other scores. San Jose has gone ahead. There's been an own goal there involving Colorado, so they lead. Portland and LA Galaxy are about to play in the East tonight. Toronto and Montreal won. So how do the West standings look at this very moment? Houston did not pick up a point. RSL is at 31 points. FC Dallas is at 33. Minnesota's play, they're at 35. San Jose playing right now. They could jump up to 37. Heck, they could be tied with the Galaxy at 3rd, depending on what the Galaxy do with Portland tonight. And by the way, there's Portland sitting there at 9, and all those home games they still have left to play.
Yep, and I think they're going to start having more success at home. But you know, Mark, when I look at the standings, I know we're very focused on FC Dallas and staying above that playoff line. But you know, when I see those standings, what I can't take my eyes off of, 36.
Yeah.
LAFC, a plus 36 goal difference? Are you kidding me?
36. Okay,
36.
I thought you were talking about somebody else at 36 points.
LAFC, they're all chasing. I mean, LAFC they've won everything right now. The Supporters Shield, they've won the West. Plus 36 goal difference. That's unbelievable. All
right, so we have about 2 minutes before we're going to be done, but we'll spend the last 2 minutes talking about next week's game against Orlando City FC, or SC. I'm sorry. Their playoff hopes, and they really did have legit playoff hopes in the East, have taken a hit. They lost to New England tonight. They lost to Red Bulls last week. You know, a little background on Orlando. They gave up the most goals in a season in league history last year, 74 goals allowed. They have James O'Connor took over in midseason last year. They've worked hard on their defense. It's not like Minnesota, who brought in Ozzie Alonso and Iko Para personnel to bolster the defense. They're doing a lot of the same guys from a defensive standpoint, and then they bolster their attack. Our buddy Tesho's there. Nani's there, although Nani did get hurt last week. I don't know what his status is for next week, but they bolstered their attack with additions, and they're just, as a team, defending better than they were last year.
Yeah, and, you know, there for a minute, a couple of weeks ago, we said maybe they still think they can sneak into the playoffs. Well, then they lost a couple tonight. By the way, I think Tesho Akindele scored the lone goal tonight for them in a loss.
Puts him about 6 or 7 goals this year. Then.
So now I think they're back to, okay, Open Cup is it for us. That's why they're going to play a little stronger lineup, I believe, on the Tuesday after they play FC Dallas. So I think FC Dallas has an opportunity there. We also know now FC Dallas won't have Reggie Cannon, and they will not have Brian Acosta because they picked up yellow cards tonight, which leads to the suspension for accumulation. So,
you know, and one thing, Steve, that about them playing a different lineup that I would point out is they've had a lot of games lately. They've had a very compressed fixture schedule. They went to Philadelphia and they made 8 or 9 changes in their lineup, and they're able to battle to a draw up there right after the 4th of July. They went to Portland on the road last week and they made 9 or 10 changes, and they started a bunch of young players, and they got outshot 25-2, but they still managed to draw 1-1. So one thing you can say is they may shuffle the deck and they may put out a B lineup, quote unquote, but they've still been able to find a way to get something out of those games when they played a second choice, if you will, lineup.
No, we've seen it before right here at Toyota Stadium. Red Bulls, they rolled in here with Red Bull 2.
Yeah.
And they got a good result out of it. So on the other side for FC Dallas, I believe Paxton Pomykal will probably be good enough to play, maybe start and get 60 or 70 minutes in that one.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure now we're going to see him in the All-Star game that's also in Orlando right
yes,
before
that's right. Yep.
all this happens, FC Dallas against Orlando. So, but I think Brian Acosta going out of the lineup, Paxton Pomykal coming in, so that's going to give FC Dallas a little bit more of an offensive push in that match.
Well, we'll sort all of that out next week when we have the broadcast at 6:30 on Texas 21 and the FCT TV network. But we are done for tonight's edition of Toyota Extra Time, FC Dallas Extra Time, driven by Toyota. Easy for me to say.
You got
it. For
it.
Steve Davis and our crew here at Toyota Stadium, I'm Mark Followell. Glad to have you on board for the telecast and the postgame show tonight. Again, the final score, 0-0, FC Dallas at Real Salt Lake.
Hey, how was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk. I tried quinoa.
I took the dog to the groomer.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $2,000 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
Injuries can be overcome. Returns can be triumphant. The top of your game is well within reach. From comprehensive care to advanced research, everything you need to rehab, recover, and refuel your performance is in the playbook at Texas Health Sports Medicine.
The heat will wear you out real quick. And we've been through some hot ones. It's very physical. You gotta take care of your body and stay hydrated because every moment matters. That's why I drink Advocare Rehydrate. I've got a job to do.
Got it. He's got two options. He sets it up for Pereira, who sets it up for Baji. Baji looking for a second, and he has it. That was so well done by